Zahra. So I want to talk about the space, campus, and construction. So first, I was at home. I was accepted here, so I went to AW campus, to AW website. I saw that. Okay, what a campus! That's very good because I already was in love in green space. I liked trees, and also my mother said, "That's it. You got it." Okay. But after that, I heard from one of my seniors that it's not the campus that you're doing it, but it's fine. You get used to that. So I said, okay, but maybe that's also something good. So from the airport when I came, we came with the big bus. And then when the bus came, entered the lane, so we got out of the bus, and suddenly I saw, oh, there's no space here. Here is the bus and here is the wall. So that's it. So I said maybe the rest of the campus is somewhere else, maybe behind the building. But it's okay, it's the first day. So I got my suitcase and went to the lift. My room was in 20A. So I was in 6th floor. The coolest thing was my roommates. We were from 4 different countries, 4 different religion and ethnicity and sex and all. Don't say sex, I said sex. Because, okay. I hope you haven't heard sex, okay? I'm not sure. Okay. So because I was in 20A, I'm going to talk about 20A first. So we had one library in 4th floor, and in 3rd floor we had a student space. I remember my roommate used to go there and watch cartoons and movies. And there we had some workshops. We made our film there with Mr. Rizwan Islam. And then we had student space in 10th floor, and that was more clean than now. And but the kitchen was usually closed except the weekends. And in the rooftop was my favorite place in AUW. Because there was a rickshaw and I liked that rickshaw. I used to take picture with that rickshaw. And then finally we couldn't stay all the time in our room, so we had to come to classes. Before classes I used to press my clothes and dress up, wear shoes and all. So I had to get ready to go to school. So and the school was only 3 or 4 meters away. Our classes were in 20G. We used to be in 2nd floor, and the classes were bigger than this. And our gym was in basement, where now it's nothing there, but we're going to make something out of it. So that's the gym was almost okay, but we used to sweat a lot, and Miss Maria used to say, it's okay, sweating is good for health, that we're healthy. And the first floor in front of the tail space, we had a bigger shop where we have waiting room, we had a bigger shop. So it was a good place for buying Tanature, something that I was addicted to at that time. And then from there, because we didn't have 20H and 20J, so everything was in 20J and 20G and 20A. And I should look at the list. And so, and meanwhile, while you're just going for dining, and the dining hall was in 20B kitchen. So the first time that I went there, it was Ramadan, and I remember that it was so dark, but it was a happy place for us because we all were new, and I was so excited that I didn't realize how dark that was. But we used to make noise, we used to be so happy there, and we used to enjoy a lot. And meanwhile, when we were busy with our classes and all, and we used to just go in the lane. The lane wasn't like this. It was the broken bricks that it was common at that time in Bangladesh. And then, but you had to be careful. You had to watch your head because maybe a brick falls down because they're constructing 28. You had to be careful, and sometimes you had to be very patient because in the middle of the night suddenly you think that it's an earthquake, but when you wake up you see no, it's not earthquake, it's a truck that has brought some bricks and all. So finally the 20H was made, and it was announced that we can use the dining hall of 20H. It was like a heaven for us. We went to the new place and it was so bright, the walls, everything. It was very cool. So now we had some new classes, and the most interesting thing was our new gym. And we went there. For me, it was the best place for taking pictures, and some of us remember how many pictures we took there in front of the windows because the windows were very cool. And but both for exercise and for karate. Then it shows how cool it is, because I remember one person in one of the classes fainted because it was too hot there and the ACs were not there. So it was so sunny and it was so hot, and we need to practice hard. We need to do aerobic, we need to do karate. It was very, very hard at that time. But again, we were so patient. And meanwhile, everything was just changing, and after that we had 20J. When they built 20J, I was so jealous of the new students, the Access Academy students, because they had everything new beds, new rooms, new washrooms, everything was clean for them, so I was so jealous. But anyway, after that, it changed a lot, everything changed, and we also changed a lot, and gradually the big market of that beautiful campus traveled from the tailspace, traveled to somewhere that we didn't understand what happened to that, and finally just some days before we found it in the basement. So anyway, but something that I realized during these 5 years was that, everything changes, we are changing, but something that we should consider is that we shouldn't always be waiting for change. We can create the changes. That's why these days we are creating some changes, and you see us, Nemo, and some other friends that are taking ladders and glue or something, they're painting the walls and all. It's all because we want to be the creators and the people who are willing to bring the change. Thank you.
Yeah, you all recognize that, don't you? So I'm here to talk about Game of Cinematella. So in the land of Winterfell, in the land of Cinematella, there came many kings, nay, managers. The not so Iron Throne saw many managers come and go. The people of King's Landing ate all different kinds of food of all different ranges. So we started with mini pizzas at $1.50 per piece. That was the price when I came in 2011. And then, wow. And then a big plate of fries at Taka 60. And then now a not so big plate of fries at Taka 50. But we're okay with that, aren't we? But for the first part of my first year here, the Cinematella space that we now have used to be closed all the time, and every time it opened, it was mini pizzas at $1.50. And because we weren't, we didn't have the RA jobs, school TA jobs and RA jobs back then because we were too young and all that. we were broke and we used to look, through the glass doors and that food. Because we used to have terrible Tuesdays. Terrible Tuesdays are Tuesdays where we are served vegetarian food. We all hate it, but sometimes, we're just too broke. But the cinematella that we had in the very first year, no matter how unbroke you were, for that price and for that range of food, you were always broke. So after that, again, lots of emails and petitions and everything else went on. And we had a new manager for Cinematella. And then after that, we had another one. And now I think this is the fourth manager we are seeing, so now we have Barcode. I think we sound like those 100-year-old wrinkle-skinned people talking about, people who talk about seeing all the wars and everything, world wars and everything. But that's what it was, because for food, that's why we chose the Game of Thrones theme, because that's what it is. It's a fight for food, fight for the throne of Cinematella, and it's just been a crazy ride with Cinematella. So that's just one fun thing I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you.
So out of many complaints of how lazy we are or how crazy we are, now I just wanted to talk about how extra crazy we are when it comes to something sports like karate. So I remember when we started Access Academy, out of maybe 100, maybe only 1% of us were interested, or we were fall in love with karate on the first side. So when it was in Access Academy, I remember there was international karate competition in Dhaka, and we were the white belt. So me and Roxana from Wellbed, we went to Dhaka, and we fought it with, she was a mother already who had been winning the competition for 10 continuous times. She was black belt. So we got beaten up really, really nice. And then that doesn't, stop us. Now that when I think of some of us, we shared stories like, I used to hate karate as much as I love it now. I don't know why I hated it at the time, neither I know why I love it now. So, and one person says that I got beaten really badly once by one of my best friends, which made me think that I'm really bad and weak in committed, which is the fighting. Later on, I realized that getting beaten is the best way of getting stronger in karate. So yes, and particularly for someone who has this hyperactiveness inside us, who is always burning, it's a very good way of get rid of your stress, and especially during stress week and then exams and all. And particularly for me, yoga meditation doesn't work. The things inside me is so strong. I have to go somewhere and run and do the fighting and then I calm down and then concentrate on my studies. So it's a very stress reliever, and we see there's a transformations in us from some of us being a very ladylike in a way to become one of the strongest fighter in the AW. And then then one thing the odd thing about karate is that when people think when we go to gym and we do something, they often have this feeling associated, maybe we become something else, or interested into kind of tomboy or something out of us. But in reality, it's not about that. It's about just incorporating as our lifestyle. And most of us are really happy doing exercise, and almost every day we go to gym, we practice, and it's something that is very essential part of us, part of our life. And in fact, if you ask, I heard it many times, I'm not sure if it's true or not. If you ask someone who is one of the most sexy girls in AW, some of us didn't know who are they, right? So in a way, it's not about being masculine or something about it, but being in a kind of our crazy world, we enjoy these things. So I just wanted to say at last that besides our 5 years journey in studies, our 5-year journeys in sports like karate, it also taught us a very important lessons. It's self-determination, the dedication, the self-discipline, and most of all, it boosts our confidence. So, and I can proudly say that we, the best, the crazy best, the lazy best, are having the highest number of black belt holder. Now we are 7 of us. So, and then yes, I want to challenge you, the
Okay, you already heard about something that obvious, but I will show you something that you never had the chance to see unless you are here. And we call it hidden talent on our batch.
So last week we did one survey to all the UG4 and asked them, so what is one of your hidden talents? And they have shared to us some, and now we will tell you.
And one of the responses is, I was an athlete and artist, even though both of them don't much at all.
And then one person said, I can play piano. Yeah! Which I didn't play before.
And there is another one that I think I know who she is. I can just sit on the stairs of AW Lane for hours, doing nothing fruitful.
Another person shares, I can read minds and faces.
And then one person said, I have so many talents and they are not hidden.
Another one is really interesting. I am intelligent, but this grading has ruined my intelligence.
Another one is that I can recite poems, and whenever I recite, I make people I don't do it very often, so people usually don't appreciate that.
And then one person said that I can sleep for more than 12 hours a day. So,
Someone has written ability to listen to other people. That's so difficult to have.
And another one is that I can watch my favorite movie for more than 30 times.
wow, amazing. And then one girl shared this story. I saw my dirty clothes until I have no more possible clothes to wear. And only then I wash them. And what makes me proud is that I wash them all by myself.
Another one has written that I can make up stories. Like she just makes up stories.
And another one is that I can always listen to her stories, but actually I don't understand what she's saying.
And then the last person, she said that I can work at night and then sleep when everyone is working.
And the last one is our acting talent, and now we show it.
One of our most hidden talents.
What are you cooking?
I'm cooking something. Do you want to test? What's that?
Hey, she did.
What happened?
Oh, she's dead.
This is the way you do drama. You need to have a little bit of energy. It's not the way you do people This is not you wanted a drama.
teachers. When we go in AA, then Mr. John and all the teachers, they have made this for us, right? Yeah.
So the story is, when it was our last day at Access Academy, so we had a party in Trinity dining space. So we all were there, and then I don't know, maybe it was very, just in that moment. So there was Miss Krista, there was, Mr. Miss Anna. So all of them, they took one rows, and then they did it. And then we still remember that exactly the way we remember the throughout our Access Academy. That was very special for us, and we still cherish that Access Academy at the very end. And then we remember that. So people say that we have a really, okay. So people say that we have a really very sharp memories that we remember, and then we always cherish the love. And still, at the same time, people say that we are very lazy. So that have been attacked throughout from Access UG1, UG2, UG3, and even the 4, because we didn't had our countdown. Then there was so many other stuff that our seniors did, but we didn't. So especially when we didn't do that one, people said that we were so lazy, that's why we didn't do that one. So we were wondering that is it really that one? So I asked my friends that, do you think you're lazy? Do you think you're lazy? So the answer I gave, they said that we are the people, we do the stuff very easily because we are very creative. We do. So that's the answer we had, and then we do things differently, and then we do very crazy stuff. So just name, who can tell the most delicious misti dokan in Bangladesh? So we went there, and we cycled there, we went there. The best chanachur shop, Farah find it out, and then even we cycled, we had so many trips. We went to our friend's home, no matter how far it is. Then we saved each other's life, remember? So there was so many things, and then so the conclusion that we had is just that we are not lazy, but we were too much within ourselves. So the bondings we had, the friendship we had throughout, it was very strong. That we didn't need the outside stuff, and then we didn't have that much interaction maybe with our seniors, our juniors, because our friendship within ourselves was so strong. So sometimes we were very creative. We were creative about the food. We had at the midnight we had aloo paratha with just nothing. We were very creative with brownies, and then even with the milk. Then there were so many. We made the pizza and the rice cookers. It's not allowed anymore. So that is the things that about. We always did something that was very meaningful. So far you heard about that petitions, and then we stand for we really believe. So the lazy theory, we always wanted to address every time that we need to address the lazy theory. People are calling us lazy. So maybe that is the thing, that we are very close to each other. We were very much within ourselves. That's why we didn't do something. For 5 years, after losing all of the blood and sweat, and we have created our own experiences, and we want to give you before we leave. And some of them are, the first one.
If you don't want to spend time washing clothes frequently, you can do like me. How to do? Storing them for a couple of weeks, then washing them. However, make sure that you can bear the tiredness of spending over an hour washing a load of clothes.
And especially the smells also.
You have to tolerate the smell.
And another experience at AUW is that don't be afraid of your assignments and courses, because at the end, everything you finish.
Actively participate in all the programs, clubs or extracurricular activities of AUW, and try to find out what your passion is and run towards your passion. then nobody can stop you from being successful.
And this one is very emotional. Be happy and enjoy what AUW gives you, because there are millions of people who do not have a chance to receive those.
And this one is very big. Dream big. Start from a small place. If you need support, go talk to professors, seniors, juniors, and fellows. Go and talk to your professors. Seniors, juniors, and fellows will say you cannot do that and so many things. You can do if you have a plan and if you talk to your faculties.
This is that 20B is the cockroach dog. So don't stay there.
Do not force yourself to make friends with everyone, but do open up to others. Eventually you all will become friends.
And this, the timing at AUW is an opportunity for you to discover yourself. So don't be hesitant, be free to create, to do things that you haven't done before.
This one is a little bit tricky. Be aware of the thief. You may believe in someone, but you aren't sure if they do the same to you.
And don't be upset or hurt if there is someone who doesn't like you.
It's difficult to please AUW students, so be strong and do not let their judgments hurt you.
Respect your RA, student government members, OSA supervisors, and be appreciated for what they have done for you. And after the experiences, we as UG4's also want to share some pieces of advice for the people who stay here.
If you want to receive respect from others, you respect them first.
No one is perfect, so don't be harsh on judging people around you.
And if you believe everything you dream will come true, this world is all yours.
When you need to give up, give up. You can't hold on to everything in life.
Life makes us face hard time, so we need to be patient. If the good time doesn't stay longer, then the bad ones are either.
Do not trust in honesty or truth.
Enjoy and cherish the time that you are at AUW, because it will never happen again.
Be kind to your friends. Be beside your friends in the bad times. Learn to live independently, because the good is not always kind to you.
And never sacrifice who you are just because few people have problem with you, but do respect others.
Make your small experience big and use them in your personal statement. You will get anything you want and CV too.
And the last, be honest and then follow your heart.